Hello friends, welcome to my channel DataMaking Software. In this video we are going to discuss about how to access the Apache Hive, which is the one of the big data warehouse tool on the Hadoop ecosystem. We are going to use that, how to use that Apache Hive, like for that how to access the Apache Hive command line interface, and how to see the how to write the Hive QL query, which is like similar like SQL queries. We are going to see that. So we installed all the Hadoop related components as well as all the many of the data engineering components or tools in the virtual machine. We exposed as a virtual machine, so you can get it from the you can watch my previous video and get it from there. And you can also know how to import the virtual machine and start using it. So you can refer my previous video. In this video, we will focus on the how to access the Apache Hive from the development environment, which is our virtual machine. So please start your virtual machine. Okay, so you can start your virtual machine. Once the virtual machine is started, either you can go and work on the inside the virtual machine, or you can connect through the PuTTY. So if you want to know the IP address of the virtual machine, you can log into the virtual machine, open a terminal window. Okay, so inside the virtual machine, you can open the terminal window, and then so you can just type a command called ipconfig and then get the IP address, which is ranging from 192.168.56.105, which you will be able to connect from the PuTTY. So you can watch my previous video how to connect from the PuTTY. Okay, so you just have to use the username and the IP address. That's it. Not a big issue, right? So you launched here. So I'm in the home directory of the DataMaking user. So I'm going to use the Hive CLI to write my queries. Okay, so for that, what you need to do is basically you need to start the Hive metastore. Okay, so what happens is Hive uses the metadata of your tables on the metastore. There's a database called or a data store called metastore. So the metastore is nothing but as a service where the Hive uses all the table information inside that metastore. So the metastore is a database. So you can use the embedded database Derby, which is an in-memory database, as a metastore, or you can configure any other RDBMS as a metastore. So I configured MySQL as a metastore. So we need to start the metastore service. Otherwise, you will not be able to query the tables and create the tables. So for that, you just have to run this command hive -- service metastore. To run it in a background process, I'm just using the no-op utility. So run this, and then I'm also starting the Hiveserver2. So in this example, in this video, we are not going to use this Hiveserver2, but it's a kind of thrift service which is provided by Hive. Using this, you can actually make the JDBC connectivity to the Hive, and you can actually send the Hive QL queries to run on the Hive service or Hive database, right? So you can also, I will also start this. Okay, now I can go and launch the Hive CLI and see the tables are what we can see from the Hive CLI. I'll just type Hive. So CLI is nothing but command line interface. So once you type Hive, it's going to launch the command line interface where you can actually write your Hive queries. There are simple queries which is related to like basic SQL syntax, which is SQL means structured query language. So based on the amount of memory you allocated to the virtual machine, your VM will act. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. So already I started the services for Hadoop and Hadoop, which is like HDFS and map yarn resources. So the yarn process, so it is little bit slow. Okay, we'll just wait for a couple of seconds to launch completely, and then I will show you how to just query the database and tables. Okay, so you can start creating the tables and writing queries. So we will see in the future videos on how to create a tables and start writing the queries, Hive queries. So in this, the focus was to how to access this Hive environment to play with your Hive queries. So it is taking some time. I'll just pass on this video. So the Hive CLI is launched. So you will see this Hive greater than symbol, and then you can write queries like show databases. So it will show you the databases exist on the this Hive database. Okay, so in the Hive environment, like the Hive data warehouse tool, what are the tables database exist, it will show. So I will also open one more window. I see it's very slow. Let me check the memory. So it's the free memory is very less. It's in MB only. Other processes are consuming more memory. Let's see for some more time. Okay, I'll just pass on this video for some more time. This is because of my VM is slow. Otherwise, it should work properly. Okay, so it's throwing error like unable to instantiate the Metastore client. So when I saw the no utility generates the file, right? So when I see this, it's actually unable to connect the MySQL. There is some problem with the MySQL connection, which is configured as Metastore, right? So let me check whether the sudo systemctl status MySQL. So it's MySQL is running properly. When you root -p, so it's running fine. I will also check the Hive user. Okay, some problem for connecting Hive user. Now let's go. What we will do is we will try to. Okay, I will check the JDBC connectivity. Okay, but this is the way you need to launch the Hive CLI, and then there is a Hive web Hive server web UI as well. For Hive server there is a web UI port number 10,002. You can access the so whenever you make a JDBC connectivity through Hiveserver2, which is a thread service, all the request comes to Hive driver and Hive service, and it will be executed in Hive environment and gives the result. So all this Hive queries, job information, all this you can find it in this web UI, right? So it's not launching because having a issue connecting the Metastore. I will try to resolve this, and we will see in the future videos how to. I will show you in the some of the one of the future video how this web UI looks. Thank you so much, friends. See, we'll see you in the next video.